All right, I think we're a go on this conversation. So hello again, this is Peggy, yeah, giving you another conversation with the artisan at the Nook. As you know, we haven't been able to come into the store, so we sure not have been able to do things like see your art, and we do have some wonderful artists, so we've been interviewing some of our, and today we're going to talk to the lady whose company is called All Things Soft Plus. So just a reminder, you know, the Flower Nook, and I hope you've been in there, 2,000 square feet of art in the front of that store. We sometimes have as little as 15, and at Christmas we try to get 30 different individuals. So we feel like we're great as far as giving you, our community, an inside look at Salina's finest art craft. So Sandy, this is about Sandy Hoover and I. And Sandy and I met probably 3 years ago, kind of at an upsell craft show. And I'm proud to say that she's joined the Flower Nook family. I want to say it's been 2 years, and I may be wrong on that. But it's because
just about 2 years now, yes.
It's been 2 years. So it's because of Sandy and her product line that we changed the reference of our product in the store from saying that we have art to saying that we have artisan, because whether you're someone such as Sandy creating with your sewing machine, or whether you're someone with your easel and paintbrush doing fine arts visual, it is a creative process that we're trying to show. So instead of saying we have art, we started saying we have an artisan following, and we support the artisan. If you've been to First Friday, I know you've met Sandy because she's great about coming, stands close to her items, and gives everybody a conversation that has a question. So the company name, All Things Soft Plus. So Sandy, can you tell us a little something about how you got that company name?
The first application I filled out to do a show, it asked for the name of my company, and I didn't have one. And I thought, well, I don't know what to call it. So I put All Things Soft, because this is what I do, all things soft, and when you're working with fabric. And I thought, well, maybe I want to add other things to it. So I put the plus sign. I thought, well, we'll put plus, and maybe later I'll change it. But I decided to stick with it because I kind of liked it.
It is. It's a great name. The sock puppets that I have up here are sock dolls, or not puppets. But I found this. This was one of the very first items that you brought in the store, and way back in 2018. Such a fun line. It warmed my heart because I had a little sock doll, when I was young, and I think a lot of people see that and have a little memory lane conversation with it. So I'm looking at you, Viva, this telecommunication thing, and you have given me some wonderful photos, and I see behind you your collection of materials. So are these photos that you've sent me of your workspace?
Yes, this is actually the one with the fabric in it is in my garage. I started collecting fabric before I retired because I knew what I wanted to do. When you retire, you don't just sit and do nothing. You have to have something to do, because that's just the way life is.
Most
and
definitely.
The other photo is actually in my room. I have my sewing machine. It's a fast sewing machine. I purchased this one about a year ago, and it's a great machine. And combine the two. I go out in my garage, I do my cutting and my picking of my fabric, and I bring it into my room, and then I sew.
Well, you mentioned that you started this when you retired, so you've been a sewer all your life? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I started sewing when my husband and I were stationed in Germany. I'm a big woman, and they didn't make my size clothes that I liked. So I actually started sewing, making my clothes so that I could have some nice maternity clothes. I couldn't find them over there. Well, and this is what got me started.
That's interesting. That's something I did not know. So that's a fun little tidbit with it. And you said you just got this machine over a year ago. So
yes, I had a different machine. I had a Janome before, and I thought, well, I wanted to upgrade a little, so I got this computerized machine, and it's just fabulous. I love it.
Well, it looks like you got. I'm glad you said computerized, because I see that side panel, and from a person who has trouble even putting thread in her needle, this looks like a very complicated machine. So
Yes, this one even threads the needle for you, so I don't have to worry about it.
that is so what I need. So what I need to do. Yeah. So what you're seeing here is a product that we've had in the store, and it's really one of our best sellers. Let me just come back to that. So I want to look at it some more. And people come to it and they'll pick them up. They're sold in sets of 3, and they'll turn them around. They'll look at them, and I always have to kind of say, I mean, some people know, but the majority I'm like, these are microwave bowl pot holders. So what can you tell us about this?
Okay, microwave pot holder, they're actually to hold your bowl. When you have your bowl of food, you put them in whatever size you need, and you put it in the microwave. And after you microwave your food, when you bring it out, you're holding the pot holder and you're not burning your little fingers.
This is a great invention. I don't know who created microwave bowl covers, but I use these. And you know how it is when you're making whatever you make, soups, and heat up, and it always kind of spills on your bowl, on that round circular dish. And this does save your fingers. And they are reversible, or the pattern is sometimes different on each side of them, and you can flip them back, and you can throw them in the machine. So it's really
a great add-on for anybody's kitchen. If you have a microwave, you need them.
That is so true. So pot holders is one of the other items that we've had for a long time, and they are sold in sets. And any idea, Sandy, how many pot holder different styles you've had?
Oh, I've probably got maybe 50 or 60 different styles of pot holders, and I
see
new ones come up all the time.
Oh, that's good. And so which one has been your favorites that you've made?
I have one that's a camper. It's not in these pictures, but I have a camper one, but I also like the green eggs and ham over here.
Yeah, I want to tell you about the camper because you brought that little camper in, and it's just the cutest little round kind of a ma and pa, for 2. And it came in the store at the same month that my sister announced she was retiring and she was going to buy a camper. And I kept looking at this little camper pot holder and thinking, envisioning my sister in that. And then when I realized that she bought this 5th wheel, but anyway, I gave her a set, but it's in the kitchen of the camper, and she's just in love with it. So very fun. So besides pot holders and microwave bowls, Sandy makes, and this is just a very small portion, but she makes toaster covers and fun chicken items and aprons. So this apron, I wish I could hold it up for you. I try to show you the different layers. It's kind of it's very trendy. I think a young person would love it because it's different layers, on top of each other, type of a layer. And then in looking just a touch more at another, you can buy them in sets. Sandy's often made a set. We've seen mother-daughter aprons, and this one comes with a pot holder. I am so pleased to know that people still purchase and wear aprons because I thought maybe that was, passé. So
they're pretty popular right now.
That's great. And then because Sandy customizes her items, if you need something, like I am a little more round, I like her things because they're long ties and I can actually get them around. They don't look like have a bib on. They do fit. So, if you have a special need and you want her to enlarge your pattern, she is very happy to do that process too. So here's another photo that Sandy sent from inside her work studio, we will call it, of magazines. And I've often wondered where you get all your ideas.
Well, I'm a collector of quilting books, and I have them from way back when, and I pull ideas out of that and I try to update them. And that's where I get my ideas and my patterns.
So I know that some of these books come with a pattern, inside, but are you to the stage now you're free forming your own pattern, or are you using?
I have done some free forming, like the green eggs and ham was strictly mine. Oh, I didn't have a pattern. I had a pattern for bacon and eggs, and I thought I want green eggs and ham, and so that one was mine. But I sometimes adjust them to what I like.
Well, that is very fun. For what you're seeing on the other side of this photo, besides the magazines, is Sandy's made totes. This one's kind of a fun elephant tote, colorful. So
They're a
another,
fun item to carry, yeah.
oh yeah, and another great thing that I have been fond of, and so has our community at the Flower Nook, is her variety of, I'm going to call it critters, or her soft things. Here you see a few. I wish you could see them up close, the amount of details that she puts into them, because now you're seeing that besides sewing and stuffing, she is putting faces and, noses and hair, and just extra fun. We're looking over here at a unicorn with a little ballet skirt on it, ultra trendy with it. And these Raggedy Anns, or what did you call them, juniors, or?
Uh, the Raggedy Ann in the red dress is a regular Raggedy Ann, and the one next to it is called a toddler Raggedy Ann.
Toddler, because they are smaller size, yeah.
Right, they have a rounder face and their bodies are a little shorter.
That's really a good size for a younger kid, because they can put their hands on it. And, the big ones are a little
and
more.
The faces are painted on, and the reason I do that, I don't want to use buttons in case they want to give it to a young child.
Oh,
So I try to keep all buttons and things off of them and just paint the faces
I
on.
love that. So parents don't have to worry about that. So are you doing the painting?
Yes.
Right. Here's a few more up close of some of Sandy's critters, we'll call them. And here we see another form of unicorn on the little rocking horse, and a fun mermaid. I've got her up on a stand here so we can show that she has her bottom has the fish tail on it, and one of her bears. Very cute. One of the newest items that Sandy has done is horses. This year we had a horse convention in Salina, and as with a lot of the artists, I let them know what's coming up in case they want to modify or add to their product line. And there was something like 2,000 attendees to that convention at our buy center, or now that we're calling it something different. But Sandy came up with these stick horses, beautiful, colorful, with a yarn. And I'm going to let her talk a little bit about the bottom picture there. But so how long are your sticks?
Okay, the sticks for the horses are 36 inches long, and the horse head goes right over that stick, and they're pretty secure on there. And you make the head, you do all the work on the head first, and the last thing you really do is put that head on that stick.
Okay.
Now the other little horses, these are called spool horses, and they're a decorative item, or you can use them as pin cushions.
Oh.
And they have spools. Their feet are actually spools that are tied on with ribbons.
I tried to lay one down so people can see the side of the spool, but you can kind of, the spools don't turn obviously, but it does give you the feel that, you can kind of pretend to play back and forth. So I think it also would be a really great children's thing. But pincushion, I never thought about that. That would be a great sewing gift.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Great sewing gift. So, stick horses have been pretty popular. That's one of those things that we had when we were young, and it's kind of coming back, and I love that about it. So if you look at this blue one at the end on this side here, and I'm going to show you kind of what matches, because Sandy does wonderful sports team spirit items. So the blue, as we saw earlier, had KU colors on it, and here's some of the other items.
K-State, Wichita, yeah.
And then she can do K-State. And are there any other schools you've been asked to do?
K-State, KU, Wichita, and Kansas City, of course.
Kansas City.
Yes.
So
very popular.
And then at Christmas time, and I don't have any of these, but she also made Christmas stockings, pretty good size Christmas stockings. And besides fun patterns, she also made them in the team spirits, colors. So very fun. Makes a great, the kitties, there's a mom kitty and a baby kitty, and you can actually take the baby kitty and move her, but she's designed just to kind of fit there right in that curve of in the belly. So if you've got someone graduating in the college level this year, consider one of these things. I mean, and people say, well, my college student is not going to want to stick horses. but you would be surprised at the team spirit and what people will get and wear and bring. I can see a college student taking a stick pony to the game and doing some kind of pretend gallop when, when they win. So I think they're very appropriate for all ages of people. So Sandy, with our virtual interview, when I called her and said, what are you doing? And she said, well, I'm sewing. Of course, like maybe I should have known that. So tell me, Sandy, do you sew every single day?
Yes, I do. Being retired and right now being under like quarantine, it is for me. Is I just sit at my sewing machine. I do a lot of walking around get my exercise cutting since it's in the garage. So yeah, I sew every single day, and usually I have my 60s music on and just go at it.
Yeah. And do you find, some of my creative people say, I'm better in the morning, or I'm better in the evening, or, I have a ritual, I turn the music on, or, I have to have my coffee. So do you have such a ritual when it comes to sewing also?
Well, I usually, when I've ended one project usually in the evening, I will start and find my new project and get everything set up for the next day.
Oh, for the next day, so you just walk into it ready.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a very organized method. I'm going to let Tank talk about this. When she talked about that she was sewing new things, and I said, well, what are you making? And she started to tell me something. So this obviously is her table runners and wall hangers. And Sandy, give us some conversation about what we're looking at.
These are table runners. You put them over either your dining room table or any table that you have. You can do a coffee table, and they just bring a lot of color to the room. Now, the one with the Christmas stockings, of course, Christmas always sneaks up on you, so you got to start early on Christmas. So this was one of the patterns I got from one of my books, except I updated it a little bit. And the stockings that you see on the wall hanging are actual stockings. You can put gifts in them. And I thought they would be perfect for sitting on the back of a couch and putting presents in them.
Wouldn't that is such a great idea, so, I'm a grandma and I could just see that. And then, because everybody comes for lunch, or, how you have exchanges, and you could just have that, such a wonderful gift idea with that. And Sandy talked about her wall hangers, and I'm going to let her talk a little more about this, but I'm always surprised how much it changes your decor in your dining room or house, back of your sofa, to put something as simple as a table runner. The color, and Sandy makes seasonal, so I wish I could show you Halloween. And
oh yeah, every season has its colors, and a lot of these are like springy colors, and I just try to find the colors that I think look best and what people would like.
Yeah, these are beautiful. So Sandy, if somebody wanted, let's just say this one in the middle, could it be possible that they could ask for a potholder or something with that matches those colors?
Yes, if I still have the fabric available, yes.
You could just do it up with it. Well, it really is. When we talked a little about, Halloween, Sandy made this beautiful one for Valentine's Day that had the hearts kind of floating. And also, this is done through the table runners, but Sandy made ties, men's ties, in a Valentine print that was really very fun. And I wish we still had those to show. That was kind of remember during First Friday, that was one of the very first items we sold, when someone said, oh my gosh, and they had to have it. So that's usually how it is, if people just get it and get really excited about it. So here's some more fun new looks. And what do we have?
Yeah, we have cats. We have cats in different colors with all their little costumes on, and their faces are painted on also. And then over here we have monkeys with ties. We have to put ties on them because they got to be dressed up.
Very fun indeed. And I love the cats. Very, very nice thing. So do you have an item that you have been wanting to tackle, but just haven't been able to, maybe it's too much of a challenge, or you're still thinking about it, or
I haven't got a good pattern. I still want to make a topsy-turvy doll, and a topsy-turvy doll is one that has a face on each side of the doll, and you flip it over and the skirt hides one face and you get a second face. You can either make it two characters or you can make it a sleeping and an awake doll. I still haven't done one of those yet, but I plan on finding a good pattern for that.
Okay, for topsy-turvy. You know, we get people that call us because they know we have items, and they'll say, do you have, you know, a caricature such as Ninja Turtles or, you know, some of the Power Rangers or something that, and I always say, if you want something, we'll just call Sandy, and you know, she's always really good about saying, oh my gosh, you know, let me get back with you on it, or you know, I'm going to accept that challenge because she's happy to do some custom making things. So I think that, you know, when you think about it, you know, as a consumer, besides looking at all the wonderful things we've got, I think you should think, well, I wonder if she has this, and then just, you know, we'll just give her the kind of the quiz on it and find out. So um, I wish I could show you her whole entire line at the store because we just got the greatest. And now that I've seen what she has in her garage / room, you know, I know that the possibilities are just endless of what we're going to be seeing in the future. So if there's something that you're wanting to see, and maybe you've seen a hint of it here in this interview, this virtual interview, let me know. You know, we've got the smartphone capabilities, so I can do it on the iPad. I can go out and I can take photos. We can send you something up close so you can get a little better look at it. Or you can drive by, since we're into the shelter in place, the door lock, and I can hold it right up there to the window so you can see it. We know it's not going to be forever, and soon we'll have, you know, everything kind of not ever back to normal, but back where you can come in the store and see for yourself. You know, hopefully this summer we'll be able to conduct another First Friday and say hello to our artist friends and say hello to you too. But until then, I do want you to support your local artisan, your artist in town, regional. This is how Sandy is making her living now. And we at the Flower Nook are really very happy to support the art community, the artisan community, and the creative process. So Sandy, I just thank you so much for taking your time and being willing to come forth and sit on the line with me and do an interview process. And love your look, and it's so good to see you. I just feel like I haven't seen you for, you know, 1,000 years. So
It has seemed long.
it has been a really long process. So we'll say goodbye to Sandy, and goodbye to you, and thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.